I was born to parents who treated me like I was their world. We'd have endless fun days out in the sun, running around and laughing. Hi everyone, I'm Amisa from Tokyo. Like and subscribe if your life's ever been turned totally upside down. Growing up, I loved everything about science, all thanks to my dad, who was a huge science geek. He'd let me do experiments, and it was always so fun. From creating our own miniature volcanoes to mixing up different chemicals, I was always so excited to see what we'd come up with. But my world changed when my sister Moriko was born. She had a rare allergy that made it hard for her to be in the sun. Even a few minutes out in it would give her a nasty rash. At first, little Moriko was like a vampire at home, except totally adorable. So every day after school, I'd spend my time playing with her.
I want to suck your blood. Blah, blah, blah.
No, no, no! Should we be stopping this? But as she got older, her longing to feel the sun's warmth on her skin increased.
What's the sun like, Amisa?
It's bright and beautiful, just like your dress.
I hope I'll enjoy being in the sun one day.
You will. Someday you will. My mom was scared that Moriko would grow up to be a sad kid because of being stuck inside. So I did all I could to cheer her up. I made her balloon animals, sang her songs, and dressed up like the characters from Frozen. And as time went on, Moriko became my everything. Sometimes I got sad seeing classmates post on Instagram about parties and roller rinks and baseball games, and I'd never even gone on a date with a guy. But I was doing the right thing by putting Moriko first. Honey, we know you love Moriko so much, but we also want you to think about yourself. Your aunt in Osaka has offered you to stay with her and finish high school there. What do you think? But Moriko needs me, Mom. We're here to take care of Moriko, and she wants you to go. I was going to refuse, but I instantly changed my mind when I saw the school's brochure, one of the best science laboratories in the world. Wait, I could actually do something about Moriko's allergy. The day I left for the new school, I hugged Moriko tight as I jumped on the bullet train to Osaka. I was filled with determination to find a cure for her disease at the school's AI lab. Suddenly, I was yanked out of my thoughts when I realized I had sat on someone's lap. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. Wow, that's a fresh way to get a guy's attention. Move, now. Come on, Kaori. It was a mistake. You can sit here. No, she can go sit in the seat she paid for. That's okay. I don't mind moving. Oh, this is my seat. Awkward. So, are you a transfer student? Yeah, I start tomorrow. It's not a place for everyone. This is one of the top schools in the country. Only geniuses get admission, right? How do you think I got here? Can I get you something to eat or drink? We'll take 3 of everything. Maybe she wasn't a witch after all. Nope, I was right the first time. Here, I'm not that hungry. I'm Tomi, by the way, and this is Kaori. His girlfriend. Gosh, I had no idea why the girl was being so extra for no reason. When I got to my aunt's, I completely forgot about it. It was a friggin' castle, like something out of a fairy tale. Hello? Whoa. Oh, you're here. Welcome, welcome. Aunt Hina, I always wanted to meet you and your family. Well, your cousins moved out years ago, but that's a long story, so it's just me. Oh, I didn't know that, but it's us now. I promise, Auntie, we're gonna have a blast together. My aunt smiled just like my mom. I really felt at home. The next day, I arrived at my new school, feeling a bit nervous. The campus was spotless and shiny, and I was determined to make a good first impression. Just then, my phone vibrated. It was a text from Moriko. Good luck, Amisa. As I walked down the hall, I spotted Tomi. I didn't want to catch his eye because our train meeting had been awkward enough, but he saw me and came right over. Amisa, right? How's your first day going? I could show you around if you want. Could you show me to the science lab? When we got to the lab, my hopes soared. I'd never seen such advanced equipment. Tomi asked me why I was so interested to see the school's lab, and I told him about Moriko's allergy. Tomi was still giving me a tour when Kaori came out of nowhere. Babe, are you serious? You're not a tour guide. I was just showing Amisa the lab. She's really into science, like me. It's her first day at a new school. She'll say anything to get your attention. I know girls like her. Wow, Kaori always made things awkward. After that, Tomi asked me to join him and his friends for lunch a couple of times, but I was always hesitant because I knew Kaori didn't want me there. It made the whole first week at school so uncomfortable. One day, I got home exhausted and heard loud noises and saw my 5 cousins talking to Aunt Hina very rudely. Why can't you just sell this stuff? Yes, these paintings must be worth... Who's that? I didn't know you hired a maid. She didn't. I'm Amisa. I guess it's been a while.
That's great. Thank you, Amelia. Can you do the dishes?
I'm not the maid. I'm your cousin. They stared at me like I'd sprouted horns on my head. So I did what my mom taught me. I killed their bad vibes with kindness. Let's all go out to dinner, guys. I'm paying. We went to a traditional tea house where we sat on comfy cushions. It did cost me almost all my pocket money, but I wanted to make a good impression. Yet my cousins didn't talk to me. They kept arguing with Aunt Hina about selling her paintings.
Look, I don't know how much they can be sold for. I just know that they're valuable to me. I'm sorry, but I can't.
That's not fair. As they all bickered, I zoned out and my gaze shifted to Kaori, who was sitting at another table with a guy. Wait, that isn't Tomi. It's none of your business, Amisa. Besides, maybe they're friends. Hey, was that a kiss? That wasn't very friendly. The next day at school, Tomi invited me to eat lunch again, but I declined. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news to my only friend. But later, Tomi found me in the hall.
Amisa, how about we continue your science lab tour? Come on, the professor made me TA for the rest of the year, so I got access to some really awesome stuff.
In the lab, I decided to tell Tomi what I'd seen. Hey,
I
wanted to... You go first.
There's something I wanted to tell you all day. When I was little, I got super sick. I was in the hospital for months. Seeing the doctors and nurses every day convinced me that if I ever wanted to get better, I wanted to help cure people. Your story about finding a cure for your sister reminded me why I got into science in the first place. If I can help you in any way, I will. So what were you gonna say?
I'm really glad we met. Turns out, Tomi and I made a great research team. We spent every day in the lab after school experimenting. I could tell Kaori was mad, but I was done worrying about her. Tomi and I were just friends anyway. I settled into a nice routine. Research with Tomi, dinners with Aunt Hina, and FaceTimes with Moriko before bed. Occasionally, Kaori interrupted our research. She'd accidentally drop by. And I mean drop by. Oh, sorry, Amisa. That stuff didn't look important. Hey, babe, I missed you. But I just carried on working. I was doing this all for Moriko after all. While things were fine at school, matters at home weren't. Aunt Hina seemed to be worried all the time because of her greedy kids.
Your cousins forced me to sell all of my art so that they could split the money between them. They were angry because I refused to sell the house, but it's been in our family for generations. How can I just sell it?
I totally understand, Auntie. Money isn't everything. After that, I tried to always make Aunt Hina feel happy. I cooked her favorite mushroom dumplings, went shopping, and watched amazing movies with her to cheer her up. All the while, Tomi and I had been working hard to find a cure for Moriko's allergy. After months and months of researching, we knew we needed to call in the experts. So we put together a proposal to get some of the best scientists on board. But the school rejected our idea because it required a huge chunk of the research funds. I was heartbroken. I was sad for weeks. And to brighten up my mood, one time Tomi got ice cream for me. Thanks, but I'm not hungry.
Does this smell funny to you?
Hey!
You have an ice cream mustache.
Really? So do you! Tomi and I laughed like crazy, but then Kaori walked in and killed the good vibes. Babe, I have this really bad stomach boo-boo, and I missed you so much. Take me to the mall. You know shopping helps me. Jeez, I wish they sold Life at the mall so she could go there and buy one. On the subway back to Aunt Hina's house, I felt so annoyed. I needed to tell Tomi about what a cheat Kaori was, but what if he thinks I'm making this up? What if he thinks I'm interfering in his relationship? Weirdly, Kaori was waiting for me outside Aunt Hina's. Are you trying to steal my boyfriend? Why is he with you all of the frickin' time? No, we're just friends, and I guess you're insecure because you like to kiss other boys. I saw you at the tea room, you know. I thought she was gonna hit me, but then she laughed. I don't even know why I'm so worried. It looks like you won't be living here for much longer anyways. As Kaori left, I saw what she meant. Aunt Hina had sold the house. There were movers boxes all packed up. First, my school didn't want to help us find a cure, and I couldn't help my baby sister, and now this. It felt like everything was falling apart. Aunt Hina, why?
Because you were right. Money isn't everything. I sold my house so that I can make a donation to your school's science department. They'll have more than enough to support your scientific research now.
But what? Oh my God, thank you so much. It was the best news ever. I returned to school super motivated, and I put my soul into the research. Tomi and I started to test our findings like real scientists. And weeks later, we were finally finished. A panel of scientists checked our work, and the medicine was ready.
Wow, you two are amazing. You're both prodigies. This will help so many people.
When I told Aunt Hina the great news, she congratulated me, but I could tell she was a bit sad.
So, I guess you'll be going home.
Yeah, but I'll be back. I promise. I'll make it up to you, Aunt Hina. At the train station, as I was struggling with my bags, I heard Tomi's voice.
Need a hand? Okay. Honestly, I couldn't let you go without a last goodbye.
Tomi, I'm sorry. I was just so excited to get the medicine to Moriko, I forgot everything else.
If anyone could find a cure, I always knew it would be you.
It was us. Thank you for everything.
I have to give you this before you leave.
Tomi, it's beautiful, but Kaori.
Don't worry about Kaori and her jealousy. We broke up. We weren't right for each other. But today is about you. Good luck, Amisa. Moriko is waiting for you.
Once I reached home, I gave Moriko the good news, and her doctor soon started her treatment with the new medicine. After a few weeks, the doctor had run tests and was positive Moriko could go in the sun. We drove her to the beach that night. We waited for the sun to appear on the horizon with an umbrella, just in case. I was so nervous that it would give her a rash, but then there it was, the sun. I took Moriko's hand in mine and carefully walked on the shore. She giggled. For the first time in her life, she walked freely under the sun. Oh my gosh, it worked! Does this mean I can be like other people and go on holiday? Yes, it does. Sometime later, Moriko and I took a trip. We arrived at Aunt Hina's apartment out of the blue, and she gave us a warm welcome. It was the last day of Moriko's holiday, and I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. Don't forget your sunscreen, Moriko. Amisa, thank you for everything, but I'm not a baby anymore. You don't always have to protect me. That's not something I can just turn off, Mariko. I'm always gonna look out for you. But you're right. Maybe it's time we both go on our own adventures. That's good, 'cause I think there's someone here who wants to see you. The doorbell rang, and there he was, Tomi. Mariko didn't hesitate. She ran to him right away. You did so much for me, Tomi. That's from me, and also from my sister. Moriko then looked back at me, giggling. Seeing that smile on her face, everything became clear. I had to tell Tomi my true feelings, and I did.